I don't know. Welcome back to my WTF series of freaking cult following, apparently. Some videos are near 500 views, so I decided to bring this thing back. I stopped for a reason, but I'm coming back full force, and this is episode 20, so I wanted to do something different, so my dumbass was like, let's get a foreign film in there. What a mistake. So, this movie is Hiss, with 3 S's, so you know it's about snakes. So the entire movie wasn't dubbed, except for one guy, but we'll explain that later in the video. So I had to read subtitles, subtext, whatever the frickin' thing is, and it didn't help with my confusion, because I could explain this movie to you guys, but I feel like I'm not going to do you much good, because honestly, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I watched this movie 3 days ago, and I still don't know what I watched. Okay, there's good foreign films out there. Obviously. So, reading the subtitles, subtext, whatever the fuck it is, that's not a total distraction. Does it help? No, but it's not going to make or break a movie. I was watching this, full attention, no phone, and it still confused the shit out of me. What I could say about this movie is it takes place in India. There's one actor that I recognized. He's the main character. He's the cop. For those who actually ended up watching this movie, he's the cop. I forget where he's from, but I recognized him. He's investigating these grisly murders because of a snake. There's a snake goddess that's trying to find her mate. Okay, wait. I can't explain this movie because this movie doesn't explain itself that well. Let's start off with this really quick, okay? So you all automatically are talking about a Greek mythological Indian Hindu god thing that's a snake that turns into a person that kills people for vengeance or stealing its cobra lover. There's a lot to explain there, but the movie doesn't explain jack shit. It doesn't do anything. The only thing they say is she's been around before, but the character, the goddess, I don't even remember her fucking name, the snake god, doesn't even know who the fuck she is. It's over time where she starts developing anger issues because she was about to be raped. She was being attacked. She was being assaulted. Of course she's gonna freak the fuck out. I was cheering for her. I was like, kill these assholes, please. It makes no sense. This movie is terrible. You have lore to explore. Rhyme. Got him. There's so much you can explore for an outsider like me who doesn't know anything about this religion, about this character. I don't know anything about this character. I know Zeus, but we still explore the backstory of Zeus a little bit and his brothers and all this other hoppy shit. For this, they just drop you in, do a little monologue about it, and then they're like, okay, that's enough. And I'm like, so I know her motive. It's vengeance. That's it. She's a snake being that turns into a person that has the ability to transform, and there's a lot of fear around her name and shit like that. There's people freaking the fuck out, and then you got this American guy, and this American guy is looking for her because he's got brain cancer, and they make it abundantly clear he's got brain cancer. This is another problem with the movie. I'll talk about this later, but he flat out goes like this: I gotta find her because I have brain cancer. Repeatedly, they drill it in your fucking skull. He's got brain cancer. The fucking side character's like, he's dying. He's a dying old man. You know why? Because he's got brain cancer. There's some fucking people in the sidelines when we're not even talking about him. He's like, yeah, there's that old man who's dying of brain cancer. Cool. I get his motive. They just, like, the dialogue is so shit because they're like, hey, look, exploration. They don't know how to write exposition scenes. This old man, he has a tendency to, like, just freak the fuck out of nowhere. And with him, he's an American. Not just because he's white, because his lines are being dubbed. you see his mouth moving and the lines are, and his voice is not matching his body. It's a fucking mess. It's terrible. The best way to describe this character is Captain Ahab. I shit you not, he's the Captain Ahab of this movie. I kidnapped this random snake that did some magical, mythical shit. I'm gonna kidnap that thing. You know why? Because, lol, I need immortality. So kidnapping the snake is going to summon this goddess, and this goddess is going to try to find this guy who kidnapped his lover. And for some reason, she doesn't know who she is, where the lover's at, and she starts causing mayhem somewhere completely different. It makes no fucking sense. That's why I can't explain this movie. These people are like, she's terrifying, she's scary, blah, 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 blah. And out of nowhere, she's got the bad case of like amnesia. And she doesn't know where her lover is. She doesn't know what her purpose is. She doesn't even say a single word. She's just like all sexy and shit like that. And there was a fucking pointless chase scene that took like 15 minutes because... This is so hard to review because I don't know what I watched. Going back to the cop. Going back to the terrible exposition writing. They make it abundantly clear that who's who when it comes to like these dinner scenes, stuff like that. He's like this, hello, brother-in-law. How are you doing, brother-in-law? I'm like, oh, okay. Brother-in-law. And then they keep talking about with his wife. He's like, we can't have a baby. They're just talking so unnaturally, and it's so hard when you have to read it. Not even just hear it, but you gotta read it. So my IQ dropped watching this fucking movie. And I get it. They don't have a budget like us, so I cut this some slack. But Jesus Christ, the visuals were terrible. Terrible. The makeup was half decent. I'll give it that. When the snake goddess did her thing when she was a makeup form, pretty cool. But everything else, when it came to visual effects, they did stop animation that they did back in the 70s. I'm like, yikers. And I think this came out like early 2000s, like 2010 maybe. Actually, let's look that up really quick. So it came out 2010. But in the process of looking at the information, I saw it was also a Bollywood movie. So I can't shit on the visuals. And it's meant to be cheesy. But that does not excuse how lame that writing was when it came to exposition writing. That definitely explains the extreme nature of Captain Ahab. Oh, that's what I'm calling him, by the way. He's Captain Ahab, that old guy. He literally loses his fucking mind towards the end of the movie. Spoiler alert! And he fucking literally kills all his henchmen for some reason that, you know, they work with him for some odd reason. He's not even a native there. They don't even explain any of these characters' backstories or even... I don't even know the characteristics of these people. I don't know because they just are there. And you're witnessing things unfold before your eyes. There's no substance to look at. My eyes literally dried out looking at this piece of shit. There's not much to say. There's not much else to say. I don't know where, like, what else could I, like, storyline was trash. Exploration was trash. Exposition was trash. Dialogue was trash. Character was trash. Visuals were trash. But I gotta cut it some slack because it was made in 2010 and it was a Bollywood movie. So technically that means it was made in the 50s. Where am I? Just like, seriously, where am I? I don't know what to fucking say. It's so confusing. I want to say something else. But I feel like my brain is just like, I guess we're going to have to call it there, guys. Because why not? Because this movie's trash. Hiss with 3 S's. Hiss to remind you that it's a snake.